We're ready.
What's up, YouTube? Cordell here. We're going to be talking about frames today. I have a whole bunch of different frames. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Let's start off with, this is my ground control 80mm flat frame. It's aluminum. This is not an aggressive frame. This is more of a big wheel frame for just kind of cruising around the neighborhood, or even like a little bit of fitness blading or urban skating. Super fun, really fast, really like it. And this goes on my Razor Shift boot. A lot of these are connected to Razor Shift sole plates. But yeah, I haven't spent too much time skating those, but I want to. So that's kind of all that is about that. It's just a really good frame that's really responsive and fast. Let's talk about different types of frames. So you have flat setups and anti-rocker setups. Anti-rockers are these ones with the harder middle plastics there, and that helps for certain grinds and stuff. But we'll start off talking about our flat setups, because that's kind of what I started on, and then as I got more into grinding, I got more into anti-rocker setups. So this is the ground control featherlight 4 frame. It's a pretty good flat frame. I liked it quite a bit. One thing I didn't love about it though was they have a removable H block, which I guess is a good idea. So if the H block wears out, you can swap it out and replace it. But what I found is it's one more thing that can kind of come loose on your frame, and also after certain kinds of grinds, it would end up pinching the middle wheels, which obviously slows you down, which kind of defeats the purpose of a flat frame, is to kind of go faster and have more control. But I really liked those. And then I don't have them here with me, but I had the anti-rocker version of the Featherlight 4s. They're called the Featherlight 3s. And that was my first anti-rocker frame. And it was good, but it just felt kind of cheap and it wore out really fast, and I ended up cracking them. So I ended up trashing those. My other flat frame I had, which these ones are my wife's, these ones are brand new, but I had these are the Kaiser slimline 5s from USD. And those were good. I didn't like them as much as the Featherlight 4s though, because their H block was just a little bit smaller, and maybe because I was still learning, I just didn't feel comfortable. I got a lot of wheel bite on them, but again, that's probably more me because I was new and learning. And so that brings me to, after I had the Featherlight 3 anti-rocker frames, I ended up balling out and getting the John From 50/50 prime frame. And man, this frame is awesome. I learned most of my tricks on this frame. It helped me become a lot more skilled of a rollerblader, in my opinion. And it's awesome. I really liked it. One thing I did notice though is, so this is a unique frame because it has an aluminum core, but it has like a plastic shell that goes around the aluminum core. So it still slides good like a plastic frame, but you get some of that more rigidity of like an aluminum frame. So it's really good for skate parks. You can go fast, keep your speed. But I did notice, because it's rigid, there's more harshness on your joints for like certain landings or certain things like that. And it just felt like a little bit more wear and tear on the ankles and knees. But great frame, and yeah, it's a little more aggressive and stiffer. So then that leads me to, I ended up, a couple of shout outs for this frame, which is what I've been skating most recently. This is the Kaiser slimline frame, and I love it because it has a huge H block, so hopping onto rails is nice, and then your channel 1 and channel 3 is really small, so you don't get hung up there as much. Shout out to Kirill, because I saw him skating these at Thursday Night Blade one time in Salt Lake, and I was like, man, those frames look pretty sweet. And then another shout out to the homie Kenny. He recently had knee surgery, so he had a pair of these laying around his house, and he just hooked me up with the frames. So shout out Kirill and Kenny for putting me onto the slimlines. So far, I think this might actually be my favorite frame. I was able to learn like torques and royale. It seems like I was able to do royales and torques on this frame, but it was like really inconsistent, and it seems like once I got on the slimlines, it just kind of unlocked, and I was able to be a lot more consistent with royales and farves and stuff like that, and unities too, and torques. So kind of the boot down tricks, I think because of its deep H block, was kind of like that. But yeah, so that's probably my favorite frame. I don't have it here, so I can't really review it, but I'm getting a Kaiser Fluid 4 frame, which is the anti-rocker version of the Fluid 5. And I'm really excited to see how that plays out. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions or you want a more direct comparison between any two of these frames. Let me know if you think I left anything out, things I did or didn't say, and let's have a discussion about it. But thanks for watching. That was the different frames that I use, and please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video.